ain't done. Through flames of brim, Skarda's wrath, they carve a wild and winding path. If she wins, the kegs run dry. No more ale, the gods will cry. Save our ale, save our brew, that fight for whiskey, mead and stew. Raise a glass to heroes true, bring back Vergeide, or we're through. Perilous weaver, sparks ignite, spinning spells of arcane might. Nalin calls the roots to rise, swarm of insects, bark-bound guys. Alistair calls the shadows deep, eldritch whispers dark and steep. Vena's gun ring sharp and bright, metal hands deal death with might. Save our ale, save our brew, but fight for whiskey, mead and stew. Raise a glass to heroes true, bring back for guiding, or we're through. Cloud comes bounding swift and sly, Harengon fist will fly. Through the flames they break the chain, Forgotten will drink again.
All right, with that, we are going to get started as our crew fights to make sure that alcohol reigns within the multiverse. It stays potent as always, as Vergeide has been kidnapped by the fire giant Brimskarda, and our brave glitches are on their way to solve the problem at hand. And after making it through the wonderful town of constructs and such, they have begun to go up the fiery volcano, which, as you move upon the path, we're going to get right into, as it is strangely quiet, though rather humid and hot from the volcanic activity above, where it is said that the strange powers had come to the top and almost waiting for you. You see a strange figure, and Lori, would you please describe your character?
You see a roughly 4 foot tall rabbit humanoid with dark outer fur and lighter fur on the chest and arms. He's wearing rough hand woven robes and carrying a lot of random gourds on his belt. He looks like he might have hit the sauce a little early, but he's cheerful, and he just waves at you and says, "Hi."
And as you all speak, you can please describe your characters for, or you get the idea of Cloud here.
Hello. So from the people you see is a very kind of nondescript looking human with kind of tattered, worn robes over traveling clothes. The robe, they look like they might be the robes of a wizard or sorcerer, but above table, they're actually worn academic robes. He's got little wire rim glasses, short brown hair. He just sort of, hello. Pardon me, my name is Alistair.
I'm Cloud. Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Were you sent by the town as well? Are you heading up the mountain?
You see Cloud look really confused, and he just sort of looks at you and smiles and says, "I have no idea why I'm here." I don't really remember things very well. Sorry. And he just takes a swig.
Oh. And Alistair looks at Nayland and PW.
We are familiar, yes.
PW scuttles across. You might not have noticed it initially because he was bent down like on all fours. Crawls over. Stands up straight. Well, Cloud does look familiar, can't you see? He's tied to the rest of us. Broken just like me. Also, what's in the jug? PW is a kind of a scrawny looking automaton, so essentially a completely metal warforged person. But unlike most automatons or kind of robotic life forms you've seen before, this one actually looks physically ill and kind of decrepit.
I'm not sure Cloud's ever seen an automaton before, and he's just like, okay, takes another swig.
Yes, soon, we shall save your precious jug.
Is that what we're doing? We're getting more alcohol?
PW's gonna look to Nayland.
I believe the idea is that we are saving any of the alcohol, really. And Nayland is this sort of a towering figure. She actually has what you would see is like a heavy plate armor, except it's not plate. It's made of like the bark of like trees. It looks like this figure is just a tree herself. And as she walks, it's almost like the ground kind of stretches to meet her with like little roots and vines, as if it doesn't want to let her go. And she will, where one might pull down and open up their helmet, her bark just kind of recedes to reveal her face. And she's just this little old lady. I guess what's relevant here in the glitch kind of mechanic is that she has these rainbow eyes, which all of the Naylands will share. And so she sort of unwraps her face and she's like, well, aren't you a cute little thing? Where did you even get that? I feel like the whole multiverse sort of is out of the alcohol.
Cloud sort of like kind of draws the alcohol back a little. It's like, I just happened to have it on me. And how tall is Nayland?
Oh, great question. Did I decide?
Thought you were
No.
between 7 and 8 feet.
Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds right.
Well, I mean,
She's an elf.
clearly
She's tall.
Nayland is quite a bit taller than Cloud. But Cloud sort of just looks up at Nayland and is like, I've seen something like you before. I'm not sure if it was you, but I mean, where I come from, there's a lot of weird stuff, so.
Where is it that you're from?
As far as I know, I'm from the Feywild.
Oh, you're
I
right.
can't
Things
tell you
are
much
weird
more than
there.
that. Can't tell you much more than that because I don't remember a lot of things. So
You don't remember any spoons by chance, do you?
no. No.
Good.
I remember hearing about plans of invasion of the Feywild. I do not know the current status of that plan, but I'm glad you're here. Nice to meet you, Cloud. I am Venna.
Nice to meet you too. You both are very interesting people. What are you?
I am a construct designed to help everyone in their tasks. So you see this humanoid-shaped construct made of like glass-like translucent material. You can see like gears turning inside the body, arcane sigils carved on the surface and inside, and the head is just smooth without facial features.
I mean, Cloud's never seen anything like that before, and he's just fascinated. So, pardon his staring.
Nayland leans over and whispers to Alistair, "Don't worry, dear. I think you're interesting too."
Oh, I would prefer if I weren't. Yeah, I haven't had much choice in that matter. And Nayland is the right thing. One other thing that you'll notice on Alistair that will carry over to all of his variants is Alistair actually has a giant scar on his neck, which seems really out of place on this very nerdy academic type.
Well, it's very nice to meet all of you. We're saving somebody who has to do with alcohol. Is that what's going on?
The current mission objective is to save the god of alcohol from a group of fire giants.
Oh, we're definitely have to do that. It's not even a choice. Count me in.
I appreciate the gung-ho attitude. You'll fit right in.
Yay!
We are heroes to the common man these days. Some might even say that we're turning the world upside down in some places.
Just a vein forming on the side of Alistair's head. You could say that, yes. Okay.
Cloud kind of just quietly scoots slightly closer to Nayland and away from the constructs. Fascinated, but a little weirded out, which is saying something considering he spent most of his life in the Feywild.
LOL.
Good instincts on this one. Unfortunate.
All right. In that case, it sounds like you continue along the trail. By trail, we of course mean a volcanic fissure. And as you get up, you're trying to, you're attempting to get up the fiery place here. You've taken precautions, but I do need whoever's going to lead, give me a survival check, please.
I can do that.
It's much too hot for me to go in front.
A 31.
Okay, with a 31.
Jeez.
You're able to effectively lead everyone past the very hot places where the heat is combined in the flesh boiling sense, and keep low. You do find much of the defenses that was talked about don't seem to be in this path. And you occasionally find 3 to 4 feet large boot prints in the ground, signs that this has been used for a high amount of traffic. And continuing, you continue to ascend to this top of where you believe the crater is. You get just upon the rim, and there you see an enormous red dragon, their scales glowing with fire, that is attempting, it seems, to fly up and into the crater. However, there are 4 roughly humanoid beings, each standing about 20 feet tall, themselves lit abright with fire, throwing a mixture of hammers and rocks at the dragon and generally saying mean things to keep him from going in. So one yells, "All right, Archivared, you know you're not allowed in the crater anymore. This is our home. Get gone."
I will lean down to the ground and pick up some dirt, sniff it a little, and say to my friends, it is with my expert wilderness skills that I believe there's a dragon ahead.
Did he sound anything like that dragon that just spoke?
What color was it?
Smells red.
Wow, you're really good at this.
Well, yes. And I believe it's being bullied. How do we feel about that?
I mean, does it look rich? Excuse me, smell rich?
Does it smell rich, Matt?
Does the dragon smell rich?
By smell, I mean, does it look rich?
I mean, it's not wearing any jewelry. It
Why
does
is it so
actually
much?
seem to have gold sigils kind of worked into its scales here and there. Little gold-tipped horns.
No, I think it's poor.
I've always stayed away from dragons. I'm not sure what we should. I don't like anyone bullying anybody, but I mean, it's a dragon.
Perhaps only a medium tier risk saving package this time. Well, we'll see.
Well, what should we do?
Well, I believe we came here sort of as an antagonist of the fire giants, yes? So I feel like if the fire giants are against this dragon, then we and the dragon are aligned.
They called him Archivared, and I do believe that the folks down in the town told us that's who used to live here. So, for the moment, our goals would be aligned with the dragon. That doesn't mean that he won't eat us on sight.
Well, it sounds like Nayland was correct. He's poor and homeless.
Hey, like me.
Oh no, not homeless anymore. You're with us.
From the information we gather in the city folks used to pay tribute to this dragon, PW. So, I wouldn't say they're necessarily poor.
You know, Venna, I've always respected your ability to pierce through the veil and find critically important information when we need it most. Also, you know, you have a cannon, so that part is also important, but really it's your calming mind.
How far are we from the dragon?
Right now, from this whole scene, you're probably a good 30 feet.
Oh, so he's right there. He's right above us. Kind of.
You heard me call him
Yeah.
homeless, is what you're asking.
You guys, I think the dragon is nearby.
Well,
One moment while I think about our response.
should we offer it help?
Intensely, yes.
we could offer help at this point, at which point I believe we will have to fight the four giant individuals. But that may be inevitable.
I mean, if we want to go down into the volcano, we have to get past them, right?
This is true.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to Nayland and say, "Can I stand on your head?"
Oh yeah, sure.
So
She'll give you a boost.
clamber up onto the head and look down at everyone and be like, "We're sure about this, right?" Yeah.
I'm very sure. You lead us in, Cloud.
Yo, dragon!
Oh, okay.
Hey, they ask. And
So I
they
try to get the dragon's attention.
yeah, for a moment, it bats its wings and leaves the four, trying to kind of smirk and shrug as they continue a little bit closer to the crater and look like they might be going up and over, like on patrol, as Akenvered comes very close to all of you. You think that was funny?
No, they're jerks. Can we help? Will you help us?
Hey,
He
What-
looks. Goes, "You want to go ahead and give me a persuasion check."
Oh, that is totally not my forte. Oh, hey! I got a 19.
19. Very good. Mm. First, remove those 4 idiots. Then I'll consider you not on the menu for as long as the fire giants remain.
Okay. You're not doing very well against them on your own, and you're not being very nice about us offering you help either. Are you a jerk too? We don't like jerks. Right, guys? Do we like jerks? No?
Very certainly not. No.
When it's not one of us, absolutely not.
okay, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, none of us are jerks.
Yeah, first and foremost, we are responsible pet owners.
And anything you might have heard about us is alleged only.
Cloud looks down.
And what
Like, what?
do you think I should be offering to not be a jerk?
Well, I mean, if we weren't here, would you be fighting those 4? Or are you just going to let them throw stuff at you?
There's not much I can do against them. They're too numerous.
How many could you take on your own then? Dragon?
That's a good one. I could probably be dragging one of them away. And if you could take the other 3, I could drop the other one off the mountain, and I imagine it'd be a while before you could get back.
I can see why he's having all these problems. He doesn't actually solve anything. He just puts it off for later.
What guys? What do we think? Can we take 3 giants?
Sounds like we will have to.
All right.
PW is rifling through a bag.
I mean, I know I couldn't take any of them by myself, so I'm deferring to the group because I don't know what to do now. I got his attention.
That's okay. I had a flash of insight earlier, and now I know what we should do. PW will start initiative? Question mark?
It does sound like where this is headed. Okay, so yeah, might as well, I suppose. So let me see this, and you have entreated with the dragon, so that works out. As everyone can roll initiative, please.
Oh, speed of thought, so much faster than speed of body.
So we got Bennett, Alistair, Nayland, Peerless and Cloud, perfectly. All right. So, I just put a little bit of some orders here. We've got Venna, and then Alistair. Then it'll be Cloud, and then Perilous and Nayland.
Makes sense.
All right, so there's a giant slug. I'm like, oh, looks like A's got a friend. Take care of him. Venna, what would you like to do?
I have a question. How close together are these giants? Are they like in a cluster or something?
So they would each be about 15 feet apart.
Okay. I have a globe with radius of up to 10 feet. Can I get 2 or can I just get 1? I don't mind if it cuts through one of them.
Let's see here. That would be. It's huge. I think you only get 1.
Okay. So a bubble pops up around one of them as Vanna casts Wall of Force.
You put them in the dome. They're going, hey! Hey! Ooh!
And bonus action. No bonus action. Yes, that's Vanna's turn.
Oh, very nice. And it goes to Alistair.
Okay. So they're all within, the 3 of them are within 15 feet of each other.
One of them is always within 15 feet of another.
Right. Okay. So something with a radius of 30 feet, I should be
That'll
able to
get them.
get all 3 of them. Though I don't know if it'll affect the one in the wall, of course,
Yeah.
but I guess we'll see. Alistair, this entire time, has just looked terrified, as he often does, and just kind of wide-eyed at everything going on. And then all of a sudden, his body snaps, like it's not quite him, and he's being puppeted. And it looks up, and his mouth opens, and again, a weird, sickly color from outer space, we'll call it, comes down on these 3 as he casts Sickening Radiance. So that'll be a DC 17 con save.
Thank you. Alright, so we got a 24 and a 21.
Okay, so they all pass it.
Yeah, because the other one's in the little dome.
Right, okay.
And the other one's going off the edge of the mountain. Ah! Or about to be.
And unfortunately, that's just all or nothing. So
Oh. Alright, then Cloud.
How far away are they from us?
It's about 30 feet.
And they're made of fire, right?
Flesh and fire.
Flesh and fire. The wall of force, can it be like hit from the outside and moved? Like hitting a beach ball?
No, not that, unfortunately. It's another spell.
There are 2 still outside for you to hit, and there is this one trapped in the bubble.
Yeah, I was just trying to think if I could hit the bubble and knock it over the edge.
That's a resilient sphere.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a. Let's see. I'm gonna move forward about half the distance to the nearest fire giant, and I'm gonna pick up as big a rock chunk off the ground as I can,
Nice.
and throw it as hard as I can at its head.
Woo! Bunny attacks.
That's a 10.
It just cracks against the forehead of the giant. Whew!
Well, I got his attention. Let's see. I'm gonna do that one more time, and that's a natural 20 for 28.
Yeah!
So that's gonna be 12 damage. I aiming right for his nose, you know. Just...
Nice. A little trickle of blood comes down.
Hey guys, they bleed. And then I'm gonna take patient defense.
Nice. Perilous.
PW looks over at Alistair with a glare. Well, I guess someone's radiance is already here now, so I guess it won't be mine then, I guess. And PW reaches out and tears 2 holes in the fabric of reality and outfires 2 eldritch blasts towards whichever of the fire giants is closer to us and not currently contained in a bubble.
Very nice.
For a 21
Nice. That hits him right in the chest.
and a 25.
Ooh. All right. Roll the damage.
Got 12 and 15 for 27 force damage, and you are pushed 20 feet towards the other giant.
Very cool. So with that, it explodes, burning in the center of their chest. Dust rolls up as it smacks its back into the other one. They are now back to back, but it is also their turn. As
Oh, but I have not used my bonus action.
bonus action, let's go.
Yes, so I have Quicken Dispel. You'll see the green light in my eye shines out, and a spell is cast, and it is Grease right underneath them.
I think that's when it appears, yeah?
Indeed, you'll see tiny holes open up in the floor and ball bearings come upwards.
All right. They get deck saves of 16 and 13.
So the level was 17.
All right. They fall prone.
They fall prone.
Perfect. Okay, so the crater shakes as they fall down. Now, Grease, is every time they try to move? How do they get up?
That is a good question. Each creature standing in the area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed on a dexterity saving throw, fall prone. Doesn't say anything about... Oh, it is difficult terrain.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I think you just fall prone, so you just have to blow half your movement to get up and then try to make it out. But if you don't make it out under difficult terrain, you would fall prone again if you failed the save.
Got it. All right, so the one that both you and Cloud have been hitting pushes himself up from the position, stands up, moves very carefully through the crease, and gets on the other side of it. It looks at Perilous. From their back, takes a large hammer and just takes the end of it in their hand as it grows hot and explodes like a rocket right towards Perilous Weaver's head for 25 to hit.
PW nimbly dodges back and takes a hammer to the face.
So that is 23 bludgeoning and burning a metal for 5 fire, moving you 15 feet back and giving you disadvantage on your next attack roll.
Oh, that's good because it's happening now as I hellishly rebuke him. Reaction. Let's see. DC 17.
17 on the dex.
Oh, he takes half, I believe. So 5.
5 what type?
Fire damage.
It does not take any damage. Kind of takes some of it and like stacks on it.
PW looks down at his hands. That was a poor choice.
As you say that, you realize that several fire blasts have been coming from the hammer, and it's now coming from the side to try to hit you again. It's been changing its course. And for a nat 1, how do you move out of the way?
PW is looking down at his hands, and he's just like reaching down, hitting them on the ground to make sure that they are real. And as he bends over it, goes sailing over his head.
Oh. Very good. And then this next one turns, looks at Cloud, and essentially does the same thing. The hammer explodes, rocking towards the rabbit for natural 20.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm sorry, it has
no.
disadvantage because patient defense. I forgot.
Yep.
Puts it to a 29.
Okay, well, that hits, but I have it's the dodge action, so does it half? Or do I miss it entirely?
You have the dodge action, so that's what put it at disadvantage.
Okay.
So it's what's made me not nat 20 it, basically.
Can I use deflect missiles, or is that something that I
You
just
can.
Okay.
So the total damage coming at you for that is 30.
Okay, so it's reduced by 1d10 plus 14.
So go ahead and roll that.
Oh, do you want me to roll it? Sorry.
Yes, please.
That's 17 points.
Okay, very cool. So that would come to 13 damage coming through to you.
All right.
Nice. So what does that look like as you deflect it and still some comes?
I'm just gonna kind of do a bicycle kick like in soccer and just try to smack it over me, which of course it's gonna burn me a bit.
I love that. Ah! But you do get to avoid much of it as you two will push 15 feet away. You get disadvantage on your next attack roll as it does the same turnaround, firing several blasts as it returns to the giant's hand. It does fly and try to hit you from the back. Still at disadvantage for only a 17 to hit. Your
That-
armor, your AC looks wrong, but I could be incorrect.
I mean, that's what it was calculated at when I put it in. So yeah, that.
Okay. I'll hit for now. 17 does 28 bludgeoning and 8 fire. We'll go to Naylin.
Okay, let's see. For this round, she's just going to and she's going to her wooden armor starts to move and shift, and she grows 2 other wooden arms out of her back. And then as a bonus action, a little out of the folds of her armor, a little root comes and brings a little I don't know, a little satchel or something, and she's gonna take a potion, and she is going to take a feathery henbane, which gives me a +3 bonus to athletics checks, and I will treat falls as 30 feet shorter for the next hour.
Nice.
And that will be my turn for now.
Very cool. All right. Very good. And then
Or is there somebody who's well, Cloud is in melee with one of them, yes?
no.
Okay. Is anybody no.
No one had gotten close enough to be melee.
Alrighty, then I will stay where I am.
Okay. All right. With that, the one in the glass ball basically is just banging on the best it can. Conved flies, grabbing the other one and taking them over, kind of towards Wonder Home. Let's see how you like to drop. Which will bring us back up to Venna.
A shimmering lance of energy shoots from the crystal on Venna's forehead to the one that hasn't been hit much. I need an intelligence saving throw as she casts Psychic Lance.
That is a 1.
So that's 34 points of psychic and incapacitated for a round.
Nice. They just grab their heads, screaming. What does your effect looks like as they do that?
So pinkish lightning start to come in and out of their body. And yeah, I guess.
Very nice. Flames everywhere. Alistair.
Okay, so there's one now that's grabbing its head and incapacitated. So I think Alistair will look at the other one, and he will start words of some kind will start coming out of his mouth, but they sound mostly like as he casts dissonant whispers on the other one.
Ooh, very nice.
For a DC 17 Wisdom save.
28.
Cool. So that is 10 psychic damage, and he has to use his reaction to move as far away as he can.
Okay. Very good. And starts to scream. The voices. Where are these voices from? And starts running along the rim here of the crater.
And what is his movement speed?
30.
Okay, so he can't get far enough to avoid the next thing. So Alistair will also quicken a spell on his bonus action,
Nice.
where all of a sudden his mouth opens and just a blast of cold comes out of his mouth as he casts Ray of Frost.
Nice.
So for a 24,
That'll hit.
hit. Cool. That's for 11 cold damage and slowed by 10 feet.
Okay. So, looking at everything, we'll go to Cloud. You're muted, Lori, if you're talking.
Sorry, how far away is that giant that Alistair just hit from me now?
From you, that would be about 60 feet.
Ooh, okay. I think I'm just going to hold my action to take a strike with my staff if either of the giants comes close enough to me to do that.
Okay. We'll go to Perilous.
As Alistair starts his dissonant whispers spell, PW's responses. Oh, Alistair, you sing the catchiest tunes. Clarifying, the dragon is currently absconding with one into the air, or he's dragging him over to be
Yeah.
dropped somewhere.
He's in the air, yeah. Dragon.
Okay. About how far away would you say that thing is?
I would say they grabbed him and went about 80 feet.
Cool. My Eldritch Blast go out to 300. So BW is going to reach into the air and say, never do tomorrow what you could crush today. And we'll carve 2 holes in space and have 2 blasts at the giant that is in the dragon's claws. And attempt to knock it out of its claws and towards the ground.
Let's go.
For a 24 and a 19.
Both will hit.
Right, so the first one launches him 10 feet, because that's what they do. It just looks like my screaming face appears, and he hits it like a wall and stops. And goes backwards 10 feet, and then I try to hit the second one in such a spot that I drive him towards where the other giant is running around the rim of the crater. The attempt to try to make them hit each other.
Oh, they're a little too far for that one, but I like it.
It's about the effort.
What's the damage?
Uh, 28 force damage.
Nice. They scream as they drop unceremoniously. Goes like, whoa. That might do it. They can still survive it, though.
BW is sitting there. He's just making a flicking motion with his finger as he's shooting these out at them. We'll quicken a spell. Which one? Yeah, that one works. We'll reach out and point a finger at the one that was running around the rim.
Nice.
And will be connected by a purple line. It travels through space, travels up to his head, and a pulse goes out as he shoots out a mind whip. It's a DC 17 intelligence save.
That's a 4.
Ooh, that's a bad. It does. Okay, on a failed save, the target takes 3d6 psychic damage, and it cannot take a reaction until the end of its next turn. Moreover, on its next turn, it must choose whether it gets to move, an action, or a bonus action, and only gets one of the 3.
Very nice.
So 3d6. A bunch. 14 psychic damage.
Nice. They grab their head. You hear the one that had fallen down hit the ground and go, I'll get back up there soon. Does not appear that the blast and the fall killed them. All right. So let's see here. The one that was running around stops, starts to come 30 feet back, but that's all they can do. It's a perilous whisper. And then this other one has not been moved, so they're gonna run. Oh wait, yeah, they got out of the grease. They're gonna run 30 feet forward. I think aiming this time at Venna, as they're going to let their hammer rocket and go towards her.
Which one is this? Because I psychic lanced one.
Yes, sorry, this was incapacitated. I forgot. Go ahead, Naylin.
Okay, yes. So there is one that's still incapacitated.
I believe that ends at the end of their turn or the next.
That ends at the start of my next turn, so it's still
Yeah,
incapacitated.
so it's incapacitated now.
Okay. Can I go there within 40 feet and try to hit it?
Yes.
Okay, great. Primarily, I would like to shove it. How do you want to do that with? Is it like an athletics, or do you want to do 2024, where it has to succeed on a save?
You would have to make it save. So your save here is your strength mod plus your proficiency bonus plus 8.
17.
12.
Great. Get on the floor. I kick its leg out from under him, and then I take this humongous like logging axe off of my back with my extra 2 hands, and then I whack it twice. Wha, wha!
Nice.
Hello? Hello? Nope. Oh my god. Hold on, my sheet is unresponsive. I am refreshing. I can roll physically.
That's advantage, right? Because he's prone.
Yeah.
Okay, first one. 24 to hit.
That hits.
Second one. 21 to hit.
Right in the ribs.
Great. Tw 26 slashing. Pierce slashing.
Nice. The giant is bloodied. You just see blood and a little bit of organs poured out.
Is that giant? Am I close enough to add to that, or are they a ways from me?
I think it'd be within 30 with Nayland here.
Okay. Because I was holding my action, but I'm not sure if that means I can move and hit him, or...
So you can't move and hit him. You'll be where you were.
Okay.
Because they had all, after you're gone, they had all been made, so they can't get that close to you, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anything else, Nayland?
How big are they?
They are huge.
Okay, I want to stand on it. I don't know if that does anything mechanically, but I'm going to stand on it. And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. All right, Akavered then looks, kind of flies and begins observing this, evaluating all of you. You all fight well. As his job has been done for him by PW, he's pretty happy. And then we will go back up to Venna.
So how far away is the one that was running around the rim then came back? It's like 30.
Yeah, he'd be about 30 feet away.
So then I would like to get closer to them, and point at them, and a pinkish vortex start to form behind them as she casts Vortex Warp in the Constitution saving throw.
Very nice. That is 25.
I really want it to work. Silvery barbs.
Okay, let's see if it goes lower. 16.
Fails. So a similar vortex opens 90 feet in the air out, and they appear in that one instead. And hopefully they'll start falling. And yeah, that's Venna's turn.
Nice. And they do. They just ah.
And I will give advantage to Cloud. True.
Nice. They fall. You just hear some screams of pain as they've hit the ground. Very injured, but still alive. At the bottom of the mount. We'll go to Alistar.
Okay, so we've got one that's on the ground with Nayland standing on top of it,
King of the Hill.
and one that's still basically in a little force dome.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to shoot a lightning bolt at the one on the ground, so I'm pretty certain that would electrocute Nayland. Let me see what I can do otherwise. I think he'll just, his mouth will open and he'll, if I shoot it with Ray of Frost, I'm at disadvantage because it's prone, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. You just see Alistair's mouth start moving and nothing comes out. He's going to cast Mind Sliver on the one on the ground. So that's a DC 17 intelligence save.
2.
Nice. That is 10 points of psychic damage, and it has disadvantage on the next save. It has to.
Oh my gosh. Ah. Cloud.
Okay, how far is that one? Is Nayland and the giant for me?
Close enough to get to.
Great. I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna hit it really hard with my staff.
There we go.
Like right in the face. I'm going to try to break his nose. And do I get advantage on that, or is it just a straight throw? 'Cause I
Advantage.
think okay. That would be a 23 to hit then.
That hits.
Okay. And that's going to be 14 points of striking damage. Of bludgeoning damage, sorry. And then I'm going to do it again.
Got it.
That's a 16 to hit.
Oh, they're able to roll and it just hits their armor. Was that advantage as well?
No. Was it supposed to be?
Yep.
Ah. Then 17 to hit.
Oh, so just barely gets their hammer in the way.
Doggone it. All right. For my bonus action, I am going to kick it as hard as I can in the face with my foot
Nice.
for an unarmed strike. Is that an advantage or?
Yep.
Okay. So that's a 26 to hit.
That does go right in the cheek.
Okay, and that's going to be a 7 points, like right as hard as I can in his cheekbones.
The cheekbone shatters in. Their face ripples at the foot of the bunny.
Yes. Take that. And that's it.
All right. Perilous.
PW has noticed that everyone has essentially created this beachhead in this one giant's brain. So it just feels like all of our attacks should be brain attacks at this moment. PW's both of his eyes focus in on the giant that is on the ground, recently having his face bashed in. Reach out, and a horrifying ray will exit his eye and hit that giant in the face for a DC 17 Wisdom save. As PW attempts a Mind Spike.
18.
Ooh, just makes it. So it's
Oh, but
3d8.
it's advantage.
Oh, it's a disadvantage.
Because
Yes,
it's
thank
right.
you. Yes, yes. 16.
Ooh, that's less good. On a failed save, I always know the target's location until the spell ends. The target cannot become hidden from me, and if it becomes invisible, that doesn't matter against me specifically.
Okay, so what's the damage?
It's crushed internally. It is 18 psychic damage.
Nice.
Really got into his head, didn't you?
You see now their head is like cracking.
You know, it's actually quite hot in there, but rather empty. A lot of space.
Are you saying he's full of hot air?
Not for long.
He's got to let off some steam.
Point.
Someone else hit him.
Yeah, spending sorcery point to quicken and Eldritch Blast
Nice.
for a dirty 20.
That does hit. Oh, is that disadvantage?
Oh, that's true. It's his prone once more. Oh, for a 15.
Oh, that hits their armored boot.
Oh no, it missed. You'll note as it bounces off the boot and starts to hover around my head again. I fire a second time for a 12 and a worse than that. Oh no, sorry, better 13. So two of them miss and they start floating around my head instead.
Yep. So with this, I do believe they have all. I think they do have a turn now. I think so. They are able to.
But I know exactly where they are during that turn.
Yes. Stand and will strike out as Nayland kind of falls off their belly. And they will strike at Nayland as they put in the other hand and a flaming sword comes into it. And
Do your worst.
for 27 to hit.
Ouch.
For 25 slashing and 10 fire.
Okie dokie.
And they'll take their second attack. Only for 14.
Miss.
Right. It's blocked then. Naylin.
Oh, great. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to climb him. I have a climbing speed of 40 feet. Okay, then I'm going to, with my regular hands, grab his hair from behind his head and pull his head back, and with my other 2 hands, come down with my axe. Twice. Wait! Thrice!
Nice.
Oh, for a critical with my new fighting style thing that I learned last week, because I rolled a 19, and that's a critical with my my weapon with the advanced thingamabobber.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So not only is that a critical, wait, but then I also add a bunch of extra, I actually add 10 more on top of that. Okay, crit damage.
You're gonna deal yourself
All right.
psychic damage at this rate.
First hit with the crit, 27 slashing. Second attack for a 21 to hit.
Yes.
8 slashing.
How do you want to kill it?
Woo!
Oh, okay. I go, gah! And it is in his head, and he starts to split. And then I go,
Oh.
gah! And then it's in his head, and he starts to split more. And then, for good measure, I'm going to use my swarm of roots come out and poke him in the eyes, just to finish him off.
Ah!
And then I gracefully fall down because I took my potion, and I don't take fall damage for 30 feet.
Sweet.
It's as the head splits open, various multicolored like eldritch shadows and things that have been put in there by PW and Alistair all just start coming out.
And a light show. Wow!
All right, with that we can exit initiative as Akenverd lands upon the little dome. This goes, you can go. I'll toss this one off the side when this magic ends.
Just creating a problem for your descendants.
Can Cloud kind of run up to the dragon and try to fist bump like his toenail?
Oh yeah, he puts a nice.
Nice working with you. See, friends are good, right? Not jerks. Maybe. He pulls out his gourd and says, "Cheers!" Takes a swig and then runs back to the group.
All right, and as you do, it tastes a little less punchy.
Shake the gourd and be like, "The heck."
Oh, that might mean that we do not have a lot of time to tarry. We should, as you see, Alistair's kind of back to himself again. There's probably a little bit of blood coming out of one of his ears. And it's like, yeah, we should probably attempt to get down. He looks down into the crater. Is there?
Indeed. So, you do take a peek now down into the crater itself, and it is massive. Looks like there's a strange lake in the center and an island, and you see the island. There seems to be strange lights and screams coming from a forge like apparatus within. But with that, you're all moving. You stand atop this roughly circular ridge nestled into the mountainside. It overlooks this massive crater. The Shadow Lake surrounds the island on which the stone structure that's glowing brightly stands. Similar smaller structures dot the lake shore. The way into the crater's basin is a hazardous slope of loose scree.
Does it look close? You can hear PW. You can only see his legs as he's trying to fish around in the pockets of the giant that we just brained.
For this purpose, I do have found what I wanted. If you go to your character sheets and press launch or game, it has the little white play button. You should be able to open up the maps. Let's see what they have for you.
Ooh, it's pretty.
Okay.
It's not letting me connect to it. I mean, it's telling me there's a disconnection. So
Okay. I would try refreshing. I'll refresh mine as well just to see if that's part of the problem. Yes. And you...
there, stop it.
Here, let me...
Nope.
Well, that's interesting.
Oh well.
Someone can share so you can get a idea of at least what we're looking at, and then when you can verbally say what's up, we can help you out. Because usually we'll do it with the maps and all that, so this would only be for today.
I'm gonna try it on my iPad.
But as you log on, I've made a little red circle where you would be kind of looking down here.
Oh, Jesus, this is a huge map.
Do I have a full screen?
What is this? A map for ants? Because that's how I feel.
Okay, I think I've got it shared.
Where are you sharing it?
It's just right.
There, got it.
And I can, if you guys want, I think I can zoom in to get us. I don't know if you'd rather I stay full out so you can see everything, or if you'd rather I zoom in. Just let me know.
That's amazing. So we're up on we're still on the crater edge, or have we gone down yet?
You're on the edge of the crater currently.
Okay. I asked the rest of the group, did any of you know how to, heal people? I got a bit banged up back there. I mean, it's okay if you don't. I'll take it.
We actually do have a very unique way of healing. It gets you right back in tip-top shape. You might feel a little different and have a different point of view, but sure, we're working. Alistair's holding him back.
Alistair is on the, no, it's fine. Hang on. I think, yes, that's right. Andric found a couple of these. Alistair will give you, make sure I know what level they are. I think they're just regular. Yeah, they're just regular. But he will give you a potion of healing.
Okay.
I can give you 2 more of those.
Okay. I think I might have a couple. I have to look in my inventory. I do. I have 2. How can I take both, or can I only take one?
You can take both if you so desire.
Okay. I'm gonna take both of mine. So.
Alistair still gives you the one.
Okay. Thank you.
Still got that one.
And
yep.
You could also have one of mine as well.
Oh, thank you. You guys are very kind. I would share my alcohol with you, but it's not tasting very good right now. So that's
yes. So we've heard.
Yeah, you can also have one of mine, and PW flings a thing at you, which you realize is a finger.
I don't catch it. I just stand to one side and be like, "Did you just throw a finger at me?"
Yes, everyone was giving you things. Left out.
I mean, I appreciate it. Thank you.
It could bring you luck. I mean, it's never done it for me, but it could.
Yeah, I you know what, you're a nice guy. I really appreciate it. I think I'll stick with the traditional means of healing, but thank you. I'll remember that. Okay, so that's 5 points of healing. 8 and 6. All right. It's not awesome, but it's definitely better.
Jim, question. Does Cloud also benefit from that boon we had before with our hit dice and such?
Oh,
Sorry, say that again?
Would Cloud benefit from that boon that we have related to our hit dice use?
Where did we get that from again? Is that the...
I only vaguely recall
we
it.
saved Mount Celestia.
Oh, okay. It would be... yeah, let's give that on over.
We're all splitting a little bit of a soul fragment.
Yes.
So it's called the. Let's see, where is it called? Come on, where is it? Oh, I didn't give it to Alistair yet.
It's the boon of recovery if you're looking on D&D Beyond, and if you add it to your sheet, it essentially gives you like 10d10 every long rest, and you don't really die the first time you die.
Oh, wow.
Might say we've encountered a lot of hazards.
It's in the feat section, Lori.
Oh.
And you may have to enable, like you may have to disable prerequisites in your character settings in order to see it.
I do not know how to do that. Sorry.
No, you're okay.
You're fine.
Do I just look it
It's-
up?
If you click on the features tab, if it gives you a settings gear in the top right, that settings gives you a toggle. You can just turn prerequisites on or off.
So in the manage feats box,
Manage feats. There we go. Okay.
and then settings.
Use feats prerequisites. So turn that off.
Correct.
All right, and then it's
Boon of recovery.
It's
It's
recovery.
all the way at the bottom in its own category of unavailable feats.
Thank you. That's a lot of feats to look through.
Yes.
Boon of recovery. Excellent.
Yes. It's all good. Glad we can. This is always in any new campaign. It's always hoping to everyone like, oh, that's right. We have this, and there's this thing.
Back when we saved the realm for the 13th time, you see, we were gifted this dragon egg.
So you have a. How does this work? You have a pool of 10d10s. You can expend dice from the pool, roll those dice, and gain. Okay. Oh, that's great. Cool.
It seemed relevant.
Okay. 9. Let's see, how many do I want to try to get? All right, so that is let's see, 12, 30. That's 31 points. That's awesome. So I used 5 of my dice.
Nice.
That's fantastic. That brings me all the way up. Thank you, everybody.
Of course. Alistair, look at the others. Do we all have means of flight at the moment?
Well, you know I am between sailing ships at the moment.
I can turn somebody into a gas.
Wow.
Someone, not just something, like usual.
I don't follow. You should spell that one out for me.
Hey, I volunteer to be a gas. That sounds like fun. It sounds like a gas.
I don't follow. You should spell that one out for me.
It's a fate thing.
Apologies.
Sorry.
Apologies, Cloud. We didn't explain this. Nathan is very old. Very, very old.
It doesn't bother me in the least. I don't know how old I am, so
You couldn't be a day over, a centennial.
oh, thanks.
Let's see. All right, I cast gaseous form on you, Cloud. Now you are a real Cloud. Haha.
Nice. Poof.
Well, I can't say it's not an improvement, but
I swirl over to PW and kind of just go around his head a little bit, a couple of times, spinning some donuts.
you're being chased by the comets that are floating around my head.
Ah! I retreat.
Careful, they're hungry.
Is the cavernous wall such that I could climb down?
You can certainly try.
Okie dokie.
You see, it'd be you can do that. It just give me
I
that
didn't know if it was
athletics check.
Sure.
Will you engage Glissade?
Alistair absolutely clicks the heels on the boots to get the flight speed, because if he attempts to climb down, he will just fall.
Venna will.
You've got to be kidding me.
Sorry, go ahead. What's
I apologize. Well, I got an 18, but that's like as low as I can roll. That was crazy.
In 18, you are able to kick off these sideways step backs and jump and leap and scale down.
How far down is it to the bottom?
It is 60 feet.
Okay.
Well, sort of.
I'm
It's a
just
few
gonna-
hundred, but yeah, it's actually a few hundred feet. I'm sorry, 60 feet of fall damage because you would be rolling, but it's fine. So, but yeah, you fly on down.
I'm just gonna gently, gracefully spiral down to the bottom.
This is
Yuki
This is the first time Alistair has used the winged boots, so it's 100% like the kid on ice skates for the first time. And he's completely like his legs are slipping out from under him as he's attempting to figure out how to stay upright.
Venna will summon a large red draconic spirit and like a smaller copy of the red dragon we just fought with, side by side with, I guess, and ask PW if he needs help getting down.
No, you see, I've reached out to my higher power, and instead I am supposed to do this. And PW will shrink to the shortest that he can possibly get. His legs essentially disappear into his abdomen at the edge of the crater. And he leans out and begins to tumble down. As I rolled a 19 on the chaotic evil option. So. So I tumble down all 60 feet.
Jesus.
Taking the damage.
Jeez.
Amazing. In that case, as you're falling down, that will be 27 bludgeoning damage.
You'll notice one of the little comets that was floating around my head cushions my fall briefly as I gain resistance to bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
The total of 18?
Yes.
Okay. PW lands on his head.
Very nice. All right. So it sounds like everyone has gotten down. Thus, what would you like to do?
PW's legs and arms shoot back out of the crater that his head is buried into. He starts to pull himself out of the ground.
Yes.
Is the lake in the middle actual water?
You can go up and determine that if you want.
You should taste it, Alistair.
Okay, I mean it's so it doesn't look like lava, I guess, is what I was trying to.
It certainly does not. It does have a watery appearance.
Watery appearance. It's probably incredibly hot. Curious how this will even work. I think that if Alistair can get close enough, what he would do is attempt to see if he can use shape water to freeze the 5 foot by 5 foot square on top of the water.
What's the distance for shape water?
It is 30 feet.
Okay. So go ahead and move yourself over there.
Okay.
And you cast the spell, and you find yourself unable to manipulate the water.
Okay. No.
The liquid.
Matt, did we make it to the edge of the water, or are we still like only halfway there?
Well, when you came down to just where, basically right where the first line is after the red circle, and then you can begin to move how you want.
I mean, if I cast that spell, I have to be all the way up there.
Yeah, so you moved up there to do it.
Are we still on an incline? I guess Nalen's wondering if she should drop concentration.
After that initial, you got off the incline. Now it's
Got it. Okay. Does Cloud want to stay a gas, or do you want to be able to do things?
I think it might be safe to stay a gas until, I mean, if I can move across the water without having to.
Sure.
How long does it last?
An hour. Let me see. As long as I don't lose concentration. Hold on. An hour.
Excellent. Yeah, I think Cloud's Cloud is just going to stick around Nayland, sort of blending in.
I guess if everyone is staying back there, then after he checks, Alistair will return to them and just say, not sure what it is, but it does not really seem to. I can't freeze it, as I might normally be able to. So he looks at PW. I would not drink it.
Clang as PW pulls his head out of the dirt. Well, it must be urine then.
I mean, we
I
can't
don't
rule
want-
out the possibility without further tests, and I'm not particularly interested in those tests at the moment.
I don't want to sound like a massive idiot, right? But if a dragon is the one who used to live here, then what are all these houses and stuff? These buildings?
Yeah. Looking at these, you can see they seem to be made and assembled somewhat recently. Those signs of rapid decay are on a few of them, especially the ones that are closer to the lake. But they are metallic, iron, and from inside many of them, you can hear the sounds of hammer against steel and other workings.
Maybe these are more like his, lunch boxes.
I mean, from Nalen's point of view, you do remember, I mean, you heard about this maybe, 3-4 years ago.
Well, we got here as quick as we could. So there's water as PW starts wandering over towards the water.
Make a Constitution saving throw as you feel your metal body begin to rust.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that's the worst. Okay. That's plus 8. Alright. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You watch as the acidic fumes here begin to eat away your body for 10 acid damage.
Am I left shinier or more dull?
That's for you to decide.
You know, this is doing wonders for my outer patina, but perhaps it is not water. Definitely urine, though. PW scampers away from the water's edge.
Nice.
Right. So we need to get into the thing on the island in the center, though, correct? I assume there's screaming and lights coming from in there. That seems likely like where we need to go.
I mean, that sounds pretty logical.
Cloud's just going to stick with you. Cloud can't pitch into this conversation.
Cloud agrees, I'm sure.
Cloud's up and down.
Fenna will do telepathic bond so you can talk.
Yeah, I think we have to get to the center as well.
Right. Do we have a means of doing that?
If we stay far enough above this liquid, you seem to have means of flying.
I do, yes.
Cloud can currently fly. So that leaves...
PW's looking behind himself. Oh, I guess I could get on.
Are there any boats anywhere? Is there anything around the rim of this pool that we could find to use to cross?
They would need to be rather robust boats.
Yeah, looking around, you don't seem to see any boats or anything. You can just see what looks like was once a bridge that has long been eaten by the acid.
Maybe we could get the dragon down here to carry us over.
I am looking. Matt, do you remember what the carrying capacity thing is about, like, large creatures?
Boost their strength score times 30.
So, I don't know how heavy PW is, but I think it can reasonably carry like 2-3 people. My draconic spirit, I mean.
If you can get me to the on that bridge, the second rung, I can get myself the rest of the way. I just can't make it to that first one. So if you want to like make 2 trips, I'm not really sure.
This PW is about 275.
Claude suggests that he can revert to his other form because he can jump quite a ways, and then maybe Nayland can turn PW into a gaseous cloud.
Well, no, I can't turn anybody else into a gaseous cloud ever again until I go take a nap.
Never mind then.
I think that first jump is like 40 feet, just for your context.
Yeah, here I can do the measure. It would be about 40 feet to make the first jump. And then after that, the next ones are 25 feet. And then this one is definitely 10. If we can get onto that, but We also don't know how close we can get to the water before the fumes affect us. So flying overhead would be the ideal if we could find a way to allow all of us to. I should also note that if we are flying overhead towards the temple, the center of the island, we are likely to be seen. I don't know if there's any other way. Actually, how do the fire giants get to the island?
Good question.
Are fire giants immune to acid?
Do we see any? So first of all, do we see any of the fire giants out and about patrolling the area, or are they all working in one of these structures?
You can kind of see some shapes, but because visibility is generally like 200 or so feet, so you don't quite see a bunch of people. No one's close by, at least outside the buildings.
Do we see any structure, equipments, things like that? That seems like they used to cross to the other side.
I would say the most you kind of see is places where it appears as though, like on some of the pillars, that maybe giants have jumped there before. As you can tell, they might be using their huge size to get around.
Well, maybe flying over in small groups is the best idea.
So
Can Cloud float over that space?
Which one? Which space?
Well, between the gaps in the bridges all the way to the other side?
Yeah, you'd be able to float. She said desired.
Okay.
I just double checked the rules, and actually, I think with a running long jump, I can even make that first one. So, Nayland will, start doing that. My map is frozen. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna running long jump and then starlight step, and try and use starlight step to get all the way across the bridge.
Okay. So you're getting your jump to go how far?
Jump goes 20 feet, and then I can starlight step 30.
Okay. Sounds good. I'd say as you begin running, you do end up breathing those fumes. So give me a con save.
I would love to. 12.
12. You breathe in, your lungs burn for 21 acid damage.
Sure.
Give me an athletics check.
Sure.
And before she rolls, can we say Alistair is going to fly? I mean, we're all going over, right? Like, I know Nayland has just moved forward and started doing this, but we're all moving over together.
Well, actually,
correct?
Sorry. What's wrong with me today? Before that, I apologize. As Nate is running towards the bridge, acidic mists rise out and take a vicious shape.
Oh boy.
As they're not happy at your trespassing.
Interesting.
You know, that's the most affronted liquid I've ever seen.
If only someone had suggested we all just take trips flying. Gosh.
Where
I appreciate that you're brave enough, Nayland, to bring it up.
All right, I'm going to auto do all the initiatives real quick.
If you could give me the initiative of a faster robot, that would be appreciated.
Where should we put ourselves, Matt?
Wherever you felt like you would be on the bridge, if you wanted.
So what Alistair was going to do was fly about 60 feet above the surface. So in case Nayland fell in, he could cast telekinesis on her to get her up out of the water.
Okay. So I actually like this. That Nayland kind of was running. So Nayland. So this is going to go. Nayland makes the. Well, make the athletics check, actually, Nayland. Let's do that.
Sure. My goodness. 20.
Okay. So that will get you there. As these things do appear to those who are kind of watching, to sort of the scene, they might try to make their way over to you. We shall see. But this is the current situation. So Cloud's going to lead us off in initiative, even though they're a Cloud.
Cloud was sticking pretty close to Nayland, just to make sure that if Nayland lost concentration, that Cloud would land on a part of the bridge and not the water.
Mm-hmm.
So Cloud is out there with Nayland. So you still want me to roll initiative?
I already have you in there.
Okay.
For everybody for this. But I was saying that you end up going first. What we're going to go ahead and do is go to our break. We take about 15-minute break in the middle of our time. So everyone to do what the body needs to do. And then we will come back.
Good chance to finish up any variants you might need.
Raise your mugs and raise them high to heroes who refuse to die. Glitches bold, they fight as one. Through fate untamed, their deeds ain't done. Through flames of brim, Skarta's wrath, they carve a wild and winding path. If she wins, the kegs run dry. No more ale, the gods will cry. Save our ale, save our brew, that fight for whiskey, mead and stew. Raise a glass to heroes true, bring back the guiding, or we're through. Perilous weaver, sparks ignite, spinning spells of arcane might. Nalin calls the roots to rise, swarm of insects, bark-bound guys. Alistair calls the shadows deep, eldritch whispers dark and steep. Vena's gun rings sharp and bright, metal hands deal death with might. Save our ale, save our brew, but fight for whiskey, mead and stew. Raise a glass to heroes true, bring back for guiding, or we're through. Cloud comes bounding swift and sly, Harengon fist will fly. Through the flames they break the chain, forgotten will drink again. Through Sigil's gates and astral seas, they fight for beer and revelries. From dwarven halls to taverns bright, they'll keep our mugs filled every night. Save our ale, save our brew, a fight for whiskey, mead and stew. Raise a glass to heroes true, bring back Vergaidane, or we're through. Raise your mugs and raise 'em high to heroes who refuse to die. Glitches bold, they fight as one. Through fate untamed, their deeds ain't done. Through flames of brim, Skarda's wrath, they carve a wild and winding path. If she wins, the kegs run dry. No more ale, the gods will cry. Save our ale, save our brew, that fight for whiskey, mead and stew. Raise a glass to heroes true, bring back Vergaidane, or we're through. Perilous weaver, sparks ignite, spinning spells of arcane might. Nalin calls the roots to rise, swarm of insects, bark-bound guys. Alistair calls the shadows deep, eldritch whispers dark and steep. Vena's gun rings sharp and bright, metal hands deal death with might. Save our ale, save our brew, but fight for whiskey, mead and stew. Raise a glass to heroes true, bring back Vergaidane, or we're through. Cloud comes bounding swift and sly, Harengon fist will fly. Through the flames they break the chain, Vergaidane will drink again. Through Sigil's gates and astral seas, they fight for beer and revelries. From dwarven halls to taverns bright, they'll keep our mugs filled every night. Save our ale, save our brew, a fight for whiskey, mead and stew. Raise a glass to heroes true, bring back Vergaidane, or we're through. deeds ain't done. Through flames of brim, Skarta's wrath, they carve a wild and winding path. If she wins, the kegs run dry. No more ale, the gods will cry. Save our ale, save our brew, that fight for whiskey, mead and stew. Raise a glass to heroes true, bring back Vergeide, or we're through. Perilous weaver, sparks ignite, spinning spells of arcane might. Nalin calls the roots to rise, swarm of insects, bark-bound guys. Alistair calls the shadows deep, eldritch whispers dark and steep. Vena's gun rings sharp and bright, metal hands deal death with might. Save our ale, save our brew, that fight for whiskey, mead and stew. Raise a glass to heroes true, bring back Vergeide, or we're through. Cloud comes bounding swift and sly, Harengon fist will fly. Through the flames they break the chain, Vergeide will drink again. Through Sigil's gates and astral seas, they fight for beer and revelries. From dwarven halls to taverns bright, they'll keep our mugs filled every night. Save our ale, save our brew, a fight for whiskey, mead and stew. Raise a glass to heroes true, bring back Vergeide, or we're through. Raise your mugs and raise them high to heroes who refuse to die. Glitches bold, they fight as one. Through fate untamed, their deeds ain't done. Through flames of brim, Skarta's wrath, they carve a wild and winding path. If she wins, the kegs run dry. No more ale, the gods will cry. Save our ale, save our brew, that fight for whiskey, mead and stew. Raise a glass to heroes true, bring back Vergeide, or we're through. Perilous weaver, sparks ignite, spinning spells of arcane might. Nalin calls the roots to rise, swarm of insects, bark-bound guys. Alistair calls the shadows deep, eldritch whispers, dark and steep. Vena's gun rings sharp and bright. Metal hands deal death with might. Save our ale, save our brew. But fight for whiskey, mead, and stew. Raise a glass to heroes true. Bring back for guiding, or we're through. Cloud comes bounding swift and sly. Harengon fist will fly. Through the flames they break the chain. Forgotten will drink again. Through Sigil's gates and astral seas, they fight for beer and revelries. From dwarven halls to taverns bright, they'll keep our mugs filled every night. Save our ale.
All right. We get back to saving the ale and the brew. We are back.
Raise a glass to heroes.
Let's go.
For guiding, or we're
I believe we're also saving mead and stew, if the song is to be believed. So.
How else you can eat stew if you don't have a good glass of ale next to you?
It's that classic delicacy beer cheese stew, right?
Exactly.
It's something like that.
Well, and you can make stew with beer. So.
Exactly.
You can make cheese with stew. See, we've solved it.
All right. I personally was so happy that when I used a capital S, it pronounced it in the song as Sigil. I was like, oh, you right, smart system. That was pretty impressive. All right. So with this, all right, Cloud is your gaseous form. You do get to go first in the initiative. Your guess, though. You
Yeah,
can
there's not
describe
much I
however
can
you
do.
want.
I'm just gonna stick where I am. There's nothing I can do in this form.
You got it. All right, so we've got this first one. Seen such a nice-looking robot. It's gonna move on up to Perilous Weaver.
Very recently, I was made more shiny.
Indeed. It strikes out with acidic gas here for 27 to hit.
Oh, it envelops him.
Nice. That is a 13 acid damage.
You can see the things that were shiny now are becoming even shinier, but he also looks a little slimmer in profile.
It whirls again for 25 to hit.
He's still in that cloud.
14 acidic damage. Let's just see. Can they make it? They certainly can. They will fly thusly to Nalen. Because they do have 90 feet fly speeds. One was wondering. They strike out at Nalen.
Oh,
We're 27 to hit.
yeah.
12 acid damage.
Okay.
And 27 to hit again. For
Yeah.
14 acid damage, burning the bark and skin. That's 2 concentration checks.
Oh, I forgot I was concentrating. Okay, 21 for the first one.
Very good.
And 11.
Ah,
Ooh. I don't think that does it. No
good thing
does. I'm crazy. forgot. As
What
long
was
as
the
it's it just has to, because none of them got above 20, so you just have to be
Got it. Yeah.
below. You have to be above 10.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right. I do have coffee, so I'm back to business here. Well, I will be in a few minutes. Don't know what happened to me. So then this last one sees a itsy bitsy Vanna. Say wee. Even if she has her dragon with her. And we'll begin to strike.
Yeah, she has a Draconic Spirit.
Very good. Oh, a natural 1 for a miss. And then a 27.
Yeah, that hits. Is it hitting the dragon or her?
It's going for Venna.
Okay, cool.
That is 8 acidic damage.
Okay.
Very cool. In that case, we'll go to Venna.
Venna is going to cast Mind Whip at the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's an intelligence saving throw.
Thank you. 2.
Yep, so 13 psychic damage and bonus action, or movement, and no reactions.
Nice.
So Venna will move 30 feet away. 30 feet. Then the dragon will take their attacks, 2 rend attacks over here. Roll. 28 to hit and on that one. So
28 hits.
13 points of piercing, and as it hits, it'll also open its mouth for a breath weapon. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Nice. It is resistant to the piercing.
Okay.
And 21 for the dex save.
That will fail, so 5 points of cold damage. Let's do.
Nice. It takes all of that.
Yep, that's Venna's turn.
Nice. Perilous.
So while PW was getting hit by the acid streams, losing material, starting to leak oil, it was red and black all over the place. Elemental's hovering in front of him. So PW is going to reach into his chest plate and open it up a little bit. And you can see outside of it, it's kind of like a gross, deep green, violent green light as he casts Sickening Radius right on top of himself. He uses a sorcery point to do so carefully.
Nice. So that just hits the 1, I believe. What's the radius on that? Got it. It's 16 on a con save. You're muted, Daniel, if you're talking.
Oh, well, it's a 17, so he fails.
Nice.
And you take 17 radiant damage.
Very good.
Also, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion, and you emit a dim greenish light in a 5-foot radius around you.
Nice. These do not deal in exhaustion, being elemental beings.
Oh, they just look a little tired.
Yes. So their beings move as if their vitality is being sucked from this plane.
Yeah. And then from a bonus action, you're going to see a flare in my purple eye as I spend another sorcery point to quicken a spell. And I hit you with Eldritch Blast. So PW reaches out, cuts 2 holes in reality, and out flies 27. Or sorry, 28.
That hits.
And a not as good, an 18.
That will hit as well.
Great. That's for a combined 27 force damage, and you are moved 20 feet out of my sickening radiance. Feel free to return whatever you desire. Then I end my turn.
And we'll go down to Alistair.
Okay, so when Alistair was flying over to keep up with Nayland, he would have, like, how far away from the water does he have to be to not get hit by the cloud?
If you get within 10 feet, there's problems.
So he's going to stay like just over 10 feet above the water,
Okay.
or the acid, as it were. But I think he's going to look down at this thing that is attacking Nayland, and we're going to do this first. He's going to quicken spell bonus action a Mind Sliver on it.
Nice.
DC 17 intelligence save.
Good. 10.
Nice. That is 10 psychic damage.
Okay.
And because of that, it is going to have disadvantage on this next spell save. As his mouth opens and his eyes go black and just smoke and dark mist comes out, and he casts Blight on it
Nice.
for a DC 17 con save at disadvantage.
Advantage 16.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Now I'll get some rolls here. 41 necrotic damage.
Oh, nice. Good. This dude looks sickly and putrid, unraveling before you.
And he'll stay where he is. That's his turn.
All right. Before you do Nayland, let me do. Do you want to do? I think just Perilous. Yeah, Perilous. You do need a con save because you're within 5 feet of the liquid.
As you wish. It's a +8. Oh, 19.
19. You will take 11 acid.
You could see more of the interior than you would prefer to see a Perilous Weaver currently. There's more meat than you'd expect.
Oh. What's more, we have to change the song. Nayland!
All right. Let's see. I'm just going to take out my bush knife, which is magical, and try to stab at this thing with some slashes.
Got it.
22 to hit.
That hits.
Great. 10 magical slashing.
Very
Plus-
good. Is resistant, so that's 5.
Okie dokie. Plus 3 piercing from my swarm.
Nice.
With Vex, my next attack is at advantage.
Yes.
Oh, fuck me. 15.
That hits.
Really? Lovely. For another 10 magical slashing.
It's very cloudy, you missed. 5. Anything else?
And then, yes. With I'd pull out a dagger of venom and I slash for a 28 to hit.
That indeed hits.
For 6 magical piercing. And, just for shits and giggles, let's do a DC 15 con save.
Nine.
Okay. I'm gonna roll poison damage unless it's immune.
Nope, the poison just drips onto the floor through the air.
Okay, great. And I mean, obviously they can't be poisoned either.
Nope.
Okay, great. Well, that was just for fun. In my mind, I did it. All right, that's it for me.
All right. Now, Claude, if you like, Nayland can drop her concentration at any time, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I think I want to stick with it just a little bit longer.
Okay.
Until at least we get to the next big area of the bridge. But with my fly speed only 10 feet, I can't get across that gap yet, right?
I mean, you can start to, but it's up to you.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm actually gonna move sideways to the other outcropping of the bridge, so I'm away from this acidic apparition. I'm just worried about getting dropped into the water if concentration goes down. So I'm gonna hover right over the outcropping on the other side to the right.
Perfect.
Phil, actually, could you? Because there's that. It's really close. The next rung on the thing, and it might be 20 feet if you wanted to dash.
It's 26 feet across.
Oh, okay, got it. Oh, are you on the map? Cool. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I managed to get onto the map on my other computer.
Cool. Okay, never mind.
Okay. All right, so... So I think it sees the sickening radiance and flies to Venna.
Oh, where are you going, friend?
It strikes out for only a 13 to hit.
That misses.
Then 21.
That hits.
Okay, acid coming down upon the robotic body for 14. And then this badly hurt one continues attacking. Well, okay, yeah, okay, continue. Nah, it's going to try to be mean because, it's going to enter Nayland's space.
Tickles.
And then I need a strength save.
Oh.
As it whirls around.
Oh my gosh, darn it! It's a 14.
14 saves.
Okay.
Which is important. You only take 6 acid damage. And you are not thrown 20 feet.
Oh, con save.
Yes.
20.
If we didn't do... I don't know if we did con save for you for being so close to the acid. I don't think we did.
I don't think so either.
Why don't you do that now?
Oh, yeah. 4.
Oops.
4, that is 22 acid.
Okay. And let me do another con save for concentration. Oh, 8.
Oh, that drops.
Good thing you moved.
Very cool. All right. That's all it has there. And then this one's going to fight the Draconic Spirit. It goes for only a 10. And then a 24.
That hits.
11 acid damage.
Resistant.
Nice. It burns. Then
Yeah, Venna will see what's happening over there. She wants to offer her assistance, so she needs to get rid of these two first. She'll drop concentration on the Draconic Spirit and cast Banishment on both.
nice. So charisma save. That is a 5 for that one.
Nice.
And a 6.
Nice.
Fail.
All right. What's it look like for her to banish?
So I think she just points, and as she does, these pinkish portal appear behind them, leading to their whatever elemental plane they came from. They
Nice.
got sucked into.
Cool. You move there. So they on your turn?
Yeah.
All right. I will need a con save for being close to the acid.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes. $28.
All right. So 11 acid damage. And then we'll go to Perilous.
Oh, well, goodbye then, friends. Oh, well, let's see. Turn around to see Nayland being accosted. PW will reach out and poke 2 holes in the fabric of the universe again. And 2 orbs are going to hit, or at least attempt to hit, the spirit that is next to Nayland.
Nice.
For a 12.
That will not hit, unfortunately.
That seems reasonable. And a 17.
That does hit.
Also going to something D4. I will flare my purple eye to try to give my the 13.
Is not it.
That seems reasonable. Let's change that out then. So I do 9 force damage and knock it 10 feet my direction towards the sickening radiance. Oh, I also expend one of my comments to fire again. Ooh, for 24.
Nice.
That hits.
Ooh, 4, 9 force damage and another 10 feet of movement.
Nice.
I'll say, come back, your friends left before we had a chance to get to know one another.
All right.
And then Constitution save for being
Yes.
near the acid. 23.
11 acid.
Ugh. You'll see one of PW's eyes pops out of his face. It's okay, it's just the green one.
Alistair.
Alistair will. His eyes will go white. He'll put a hand forward, and he's going to do bonus action. Try to telekinetic shove the elemental into the sickening radiance.
Let's go.
DC
Strength
17 strength save.
Nice. 22.
Okay. Does not move. Fair enough. So instead, Alistair will, again, his mouth will open and just a ray of frost comes out. At it.
Very good.
Ooh, nice. That is a 26 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. For 10 cold damage. And it reduces its speed by 10 feet, which probably doesn't mean much for these things.
It doesn't, but what does mean much is how do you want to kill it?
Oh, okay. It just freezes. It is still a liquid. It's frozen acid, and then just sinks into the
Bloop.
water, into the acid. I suggest we get across as quickly as possible.
Oh, I was going to ask our new friends how to do it. They're so quick.
All right, we're going to stay in initiative just because it kind of matters where we end our turns for a little bit. So, Alistair, how do you end your turn?
He's gonna stay like hovering at that safe level, but near everybody, just
Okay.
because he basically if anyone falls in, he wants to use telekinesis to lift them out.
Nice. All right, then Nayland.
All right. Let's see. I am going to heeding my friends' wise words from before. I guess maybe we should fly, and I guess perchance we should be a bit sneaky about it. I'm going to use my action to cast Pass Without a Trace. And then my bonus action, I will... the roots that always follow me near my feet will lift from the ground, and I will rise, and I will gain a flying speed of 10 feet. And then I will go 10 feet up.
So you know, Pass Without Trace is getting Alistair and Cloud.
Okie dokie.
Because it's 30 feet radius.
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
whoever it gets, it gets. Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure you were good with that. So you did
Are
that,
the
and then
roots coming through the acid?
so you did. What did you do with roots?
Writhing Tide. So bonus action, I get a fly speed of 10 feet, and I will rise 10 feet straight up to get out of the poison
Oh,
mist.
very nice. Very good. And then Cloud.
Can I'm gonna jump back across, and can I use my rabbit hop ability to jump up to Nayland and grab hold? Is that
In my waiting arms.
wee?
What's the strength score of Nayland?
20.
Okay, that should be enough. So yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm a small character too.
Yeah. So you gotcha. As you have the Heron Cloud in your arms. And
Wow,
therefore
Wow, we
you
should have
are
done
out.
this from the beginning, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's half my movement. I don't know that I want to try to get across 25 feet. I mean, I can use Rabbit Hop again, and if you allow the height difference being up high to give me advantage to get across. I don't know.
I mean, we would give an athletics check to see how that goes.
Okay. Let's see here. That would be a 19.
All right, so pushing off of Nayland's chest, as you will successfully jump to the other side.
Fantastic.
Is that your turn?
That's it.
All right, then con save at the end because you are within the 10 feet of the acid.
Okay. That would be an 8.
Mate, that is 22 acid damage
Yikes.
to your lungs.
This place sucks.
Then
Then I will go up to PW, tap PW's shoulder, and teleport both of them 200 feet with dimension door onto the main island.
PW leaves behind a puddle of fluids.
Oh, 200 gets you nice safely away from the edges. Very nice. Cool. Very cool.
You know, it's good we had this backup plan, Venom.
So, very good. And is that it, Venna?
Yes.
Anything for PW?
PW stops charging a series of spells. PW will wave over at Cloud, Nayland in the middle, and then randomly shoot Eldritch Blasts into the air. We're over here! Don't get lost!
This isn't what we meant by sneaky.
Oh my god.
Sir, I can't hear you. You're more than 30 feet away.
Alistair.
Alistair will he just kind of pinches the bridge of his nose, and then we'll proceed to dash 60 feet. should get him basically right about there.
As Alistair's leaving, Nayland goes, when he's acting out, it's your robot. That's your robot right now.
How in blazes is that my robot? I'm fairly certain that whatever is wrong with him is not the same thing wrong with me. 60% sure, at least.
Alistair's is better, at least.
All right. That's all Alistair's doing.
Yeah, this is Dash who's trying to get across.
You got it. And then Nayland.
I will dash for 20 in the air and Starlight Step for another 30 for a total of 50 feet. And that's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, now you're floating at a safe distance. All right. Seeing PW's flare, you see coming towards you an enormous being of glowing fiery eyes, exuding evil presences.
Oh no. Doggone it.
What are you all looking at?
Behind you.
Robin, twice in the same day.
Wait, I'm not getting it.
They shut off like the flare.
Oh, yes.
like last session earlier today.
Oh, great.
Accompanied by two friends. Fiery little snakes that carry spears. It's filling up right. Let me get these folks in to our initiative. Okay. So we'll start with Cloud.
Okay, well, Cloud's going to run to the other end of this part of the bridge and jump across to the other side. So I think that is, sorry,
Yeah, you can make that safely. That's
30, 40, and 50. Is that right? 50 feet there?
indeed. But if you go right here, you won't have the damage.
I'm not seeing where.
I just
So-
moved you over just the tiniest bit that you could still get with your same movement.
Okay.
There you go. Oh, look, you're safe.
Yay! And that's my turn.
Very good. Venna.
She will cast Mind Whip at all three that just appeared.
Nice.
So I need intelligence saving throws.
All right. So we got dirty 20.
That fails.
Nice. 17, it fails. And then the big guy for 14.
Yep, so 5 psychic, and they get bonus action, or movement, and no reaction.
Okay, cool.
And she'll move a little bit. It's not as big. Yeah, she'll move a little bit over here. And that's her turn.
Got it. Let me just mark that they've got crap on them. Okay, then we go to this fella. It's his turn. She'll go 1, 2, 3. Slithering around trying to cause trouble. We'll go to Perilous.
PW does that slow turn. Sees the giant. The snake's behind him.
Yes.
Oh, this was an occupied island. My mistake. Well, I guess there's really only one thing to do. He will use his bonus action to use his boon of recovery. Roll a number of dice. That many. And get a bunch back. Not as many as he'd hoped. And then he is going to reach out, spread his arms wide. His eye will pop back into his head, and it will flash outwards as he casts darkness.
Ooh.
Yeah, how big that again? 15-foot radius. That's right. Okay. Out there. And it's gonna just so happen to land on those two fellas right there. And then he will bravely flee
Strategic retreat.
this direction 10, 20, 30 feet.
Nice.
But probably in this direction so that he's not burning an acid. Preferable.
There you go.
There you go. And from behind Venda, you can do it, Venna. They have nothing on you. And then hides behind this rock.
Alistair.
Okay. Well, he's gonna move. First move is 30 feet, and then. Okay. Sorry, that pretty much negated what I was gonna do. Hold on.
You can see through the darkness.
What?
I say we can all see through the darkness.
Oh, we can see through it.
We
Because
have
of
our special
True
eyeballs.
sight.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I consistently forget that we have that. My bad.
Well, if you're within 60 feet, you can see it.
Yeah. Okay. So he's going to dash to get a little bit closer. Doesn't have to get that close, but just wants to get a little bit closer. And then he is going to quicken a slow spell.
Ooh,
That
nice.
is through in the darkness. So that's DC 17 Wisdom save.
You got it. So just the two of them. Two.
Okay.
And then 18.
Okay. Now, but the salamander now can only do an action or a bonus action, gets no reactions, and is half speed.
Very nice.
And that is everything he can do. Yeah.
Very good. Naylin.
Aelin will bonus action do the same thing that PW did, where she's going to get some hit points back. But as an action, she will extend her hand and horrible roots and thorns jut up from the ground in between these guys and me and my friends. And I'm casting Spike Growth.
Nice.
Actually, I'm going to put this actually between the evil guys and PW.
There we go.
How can you tell us apart?
And then I will-
Fire giant of evil fire.
I will move my measly 10 feet forward, still in the air. And that's it.
All right. So, they've got 30 feet. So, I'm going to move 10, Ow, ow, ow.
Ow in darkness.
Yeah, so basically, they're going to move this direction, and that's going to be all the movement they have. And that's 20 feet in spike growth. So I believe that means you can throw 8 d4s.
Yes. 20 piercing. Magical, I believe.
Nice. He screams as he comes out of the darkness, but that's all you can do. Just as his move. And this lucky fella. Okay, so he's slowed, so okay. Can definitively come here out of the darkness before he's like, okay. It's the end of the turns. As we go to Cloud.
Okay. Cloud is going to run forward to the first salamander guy, the one who's closer to Venna, and take a swing at it with my staff.
Nice.
That is going to be a good hit. It's gonna be a 13 to hit.
13 hits.
Oh, fantastic.
Sorry, it does. Actually, wait, that one, because that's not the slowed one. That's why I got a little confused. So,
No.
Okay, sorry, that will miss. They will pair that with their trident.
Okay. I will then. I will try an unarmed strike,
Nice.
and that's going to be a 24 to hit.
That does hit.
Alright, that's going to be for 12 points. And as my bonus action, I'm going to do a flurry of blows. So that's going to be 20 to hit
That hits.
and a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
So that's 12 points and 7 points of damage.
Nice. Very good. Anything else?
And that's it.
Perfect. Venna.
Oh, wait. Can I do one more thing?
Sure.
Sorry. I forgot. I have a special. This is once per turn. When I hit a creature with an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, I can move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space if the target is no more than one size larger than me. So, can I push this guy into the thorns?
Just one sec. Yep, they're only large. You definitely can. Is that 5 feet?
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
2d4.
Ah,
4.
Nice.
take that, lizard thing.
Love it.
All right, that's my turn.
All right. So, I don't know how that occurred, but whatever.
Did it skip Venna's turn?
Yes, Venna.
Hello. Let's see. Oh, it's perfect. So,
Craziest of Vendarums.
So Venna opens her palm, and you see this bead of energy appears in it. It's like an even split between gold and pure darkness. And the bead floats towards in between the enemies, and there's this silent explosion of light and darkness. And I need them to make charisma saving throws.
Ooh. So here. So we got a dirty 20.
DC is 24.
Jeez. Nice. The giant gets 17. This last one.
Oh, to be level 17.
7.
So it's 13 points of radiant and 15 points of necrotic.
Nice. So 28 total.
Yep. Yeah, that's her turn.
Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, the poor salamander is picking on over there, and the green is bloodied. And then, let's check out this fella's stat book. Alrighty, so I think scene. Man. Yeah, just gonna slowly move this direction. I'm coming to get you, Fearless.
What was that? Sorry, I can't hear you. Hold on, let me just... and PW reaches into the fabric of the universe and tears with 2 fingers a hole now, and looks through as 3 bolts come flying out right behind that guy. Let's see... Oh, for a 13 that I make...
It hits that one.
slightly- Okay, never mind. I don't try any harder at all.
Because slow does AC -2.
That's good for him. He's hit for 14 force damage. Actually, it changes midair and it becomes radiant damage as it flares. And it shoves him 10 feet towards the green circle.
Amazing.
And then there are 2 more.
Perfect.
At 17
Yep.
and an 18. The first one does 13 radiant damage, and then 14 radiant damage. So I shove both of them, the large one and the yellow one, more towards the middle of the green circle.
Oh, it's 1 to each of them?
Yeah. 10 for each of them.
Right.
One of them has now received 20 total, but... Yes, I shove them inwards into the spike growth.
10 feet?
10 feet each, yeah, for each hit.
Yeah, so the one is at 15. Sorry, so 64, and the other gets 44.
9 for the 44?
Nice.
Mm, 18 for the 64.
Ooh.
A lot of 4s in that one.
Yeah.
You know, the voices are telling me this combination could be called Legos in the Dark. And then I use my bonus action to hide more successfully behind this rock.
Very nice. They're all bloodied, in pain. Alistair.
All right, if that's the case. Alistair will I think that's probably where he wants to be. I'm gonna have to actually. So, let me check this real quick. Coolness.
You found a dragon's cone?
All right, so just telling me where I need to be. Zip over there. First thing he's going to do is he starts whispering again. Well, this is a bonus action quicken spell Mind Sliver on the giant.
Nice.
So an intelligence save.
10.
Nice. 7 psychic damage and disadvantage on the saving throw for the next spell. As his whole body starts to like tremble and glow a sickly blue, and almost from his mouth, eyes, but it's almost like even from his chest, a cone of frigid Arctic air expands out, and he hits all 3 of them with a cone of cold.
Nice.
for a DC 17 Constitution save.
Okay. Giant gets 18.
Oh, still made it. Oh well.
It's okay. Salamanders fail.
Okay.
So give me the damage.
So that is 38 cold damage.
All right. The salamanders are vulnerable, so they take 76 cold damage.
Okay.
They are no more. How do you want to kill them?
I think it is a wave of blast of cold goes over them, but somehow in the ice, there are just things they start to see that kind of make their mind melt. There is something in that ice.
Nice. No. And that's 19 cold for our friend.
Cloud shouts out to Alistair, "Dude, you're so cool!"
Alistair's head turns in a way that you're pretty sure a human's head is not supposed to turn.
All right, dude, chill out.
Nayland.
Oh boy, hold on, that changed things that I was gonna do.
Right.
You know what? I'm just gonna let my spikes do what they do, and I'll spend my turn dashing onto solid land.
Nice.
And that's it.
Okay. I think then. Trying to decide. So he doesn't have anything on him now, but I know spikes are difficult terrain.
Yes.
So. Alright, he is going to lumber forth for 64 damage.
$16.
Nice. And then. Yeah. Taking out his large scepter of flame. I do believe he's within the 10 feet, right? Yeah. Able to swing at Cloud there. So first one is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Nice. That is 14 bludgeoning damage and 4 fire damage as it hits you, and you feel yourself branded, and you begin emanating a dim light as this like a Ignan symbol makes its way to your fur and skin. As he takes it up and strikes again for 16 to hit.
That hits.
Alright. For 20 bludgeoning and 4 fire. Hits and weapons.
Ow! You bastard.
And we'll
Life
go
was easier as a gas, wasn't it?
Go to Cloud.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna try to smack him with my staff. Which is going to be 18 to hit.
Indeed, that will hit them.
Excellent. That's for 9 points of damage.
Yes.
And then I'm going to do it again. for a 30 to hit.
Woo!
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right. That's going to be for 14 points of damage. And I'm going to spend a key point to make that a stunning strike.
Oh, well, before you do that, how do you want to kill him?
Oh, yeah!
Your session!
Yeah, so Cloud's just going to just hop up and just jam my staff right up its nose. And then just pull it out as hard as I can, Chinatown style.
All right. You do that, and there's a cracking and a burning. As you realize the body's like almost purely made of metal, it cracks and explodes. Shrapnel encasing you and Venna. And what I need here is a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, that's 24 for me.
Nice. All right, so Venna, that is 18 piercing damage and 9 piercing to Cloud.
All right.
And with that, the sound of the Starforge looms in the distance, its light exuding 200 feet from its position. For you, what would you like to do?
First of all, I will use my recovery thing to heal myself a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to do that too.
Venna, some of your gears have fallen out over here.
They tend to do that.
Yes, you're supposed to have them on the inside, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, how does that work? Well, it didn't. I didn't roll it. Yeah.
PW burns 2 more of those dice for a total of 8 so far.
I don't know why it's not counting it up for me. Did that? Oh, it did. Okay, so I'll go with the first one. So it's 26. That's still not great.
Oh, I guess we don't need that anymore, and PW will snap his metal fingers and darkness will go away. It's kind of harshing the glow of the other item over there. Anybody hear any dwarves being tortured?
Alistair kind of floats down towards everyone. Yeah, okay. He looks physically fine. He looks mentally drained. I assume the big glowing temple ahead. We still don't have to deal with the acid anymore. How is everybody? I have pulls out his little like doctor's bag. It's like I have more healing potions if anyone needs.
Your tie is currently frozen into an icicle. That's interesting.
So he looks down and like tries to like touch it, and it just shatters. Bit of a tie. Oh well. I'm assuming this isn't really a formal affair, anyways.
Certainly not. They didn't even send a boat for us.
Cloud has used up all of the rest of the boon and the last healing potion and is at a little more than halfway.
Alistair will hand Cloud another healing potion.
Oh, thank you. A little bit of a problem being the only one who has to get up close to hit things.
I believe at least one of the other me's would concur with that assessment.
Yeah.
Well, you think we just take a brief picnic here by the acid shore? It is rather nice out today.
Sounds good to me.
But then again, aren't we always running out of time? I mean, we got here as fast as we could, just maybe 4, 5 years late tops.
I can't imagine that those three are the only ones who saw the PW's...
Our fight with those acid elementals, of course.
Right, yes, the fight with the acid elementals most certainly is what caused it. So I don't know if we can afford to rest.
What are we expecting to see in there?
Our understanding was Bremskarda, the giant in question, has taken Vergadane prisoner and is potentially torturing them. Has to use their blood. The details are fuzzy for me, but it's something like that. There is some kind of ritual happening, and judging by the screams, it may be underway.
So there's at least one big giant in there, and probably a few minions, maybe just 2.
Well, and since he's in charge, we know he won't be any stronger or more ruthless than any of the other giants we've encountered thus far.
Right. Wish we could get that dragon to come down here and help. He wants his cavern back.
In reality, the dragon might hurt us more on the battlefield than it may hurt our enemies.
Yeah, good point.
A bit of that going around these days.
The folks that came to PW's Eldritch Blast show, did they come from this central place, or did they come from the surrounding buildings?
Look like more surrounding. They look like they're on this island, like guards.
Got it.
So there could be more giants than just the one in there.
Right.
Fun.
I mean, there's only one way to know for sure.
I'm good to rest or good to go in. Either way, it's not going to be pleasant.
Well, now Nayland is helping us be so much sneakier.
Not anymore. I dropped that, but I suppose I could cast it again.
I mean,
What were you about to say, Alistair?
it might be useful. I don't know. There's so much commotion from there. I don't know. I feel like we need to at least get closer to try to investigate what might be going on.
Sure, but I mean, first I think we have to vote on if we're going to rest.
Fair.
I might have a trick if we wish to rest for an hour.
Well, I'd love a rest of a shortened duration variety.
Maybe we move up to this that big outcropping that's a little bit closer. That way we're not quite next to the lake, but we can maybe see a little bit from where we are while we take a rest.
Certainly more information would be good, yes.
All right, we'll follow you, Cloud.
Okay, well, I'm going to very carefully, quietly, not shooting any fireworks out.
PW looks behind himself again.
Going to move up to this little notch in the behind this big outcropping. Looks like a good spot to hunker down.
Okay. And we can tell it looks fairly safe. There's no really good buildings, of the ones are ruined that have a clear line of sight to it. So it seems reasonably safe to try.
If we're short resting, Venna will take out a rope and cast rope trick.
Oh. So describe what this looks like, please.
So Venna takes out this short piece of rope and lets go of it, but the rope doesn't drop. It hovers upwards until like the end of it is to the ground, and you see Venna just starts climbing up it and disappears into. You can't see what.
Metallic clapping.
What?
A secret hideaway in the air? And Cloud jumps on the rope and scampers up.
I mean, I almost feel like celebrating, and he's like pointing his hands up, but then scampers towards the rope.
All right, dear. Alistair, let me give you a boost.
Okay. Too much. And he tumbles into the...
What is this this whole thing called? It's called rope trick?
Yes.
I've never heard of that. That's amazing.
How much space is in here? Do I have to scuttle, or do I just get to?
Oh, it's just enough space for the 5 of us, maybe a couple feet more.
You can hear the ding 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 of all 4 hitting the ground.
Very good. This is a fairly safe place to rest. So, any RP
That is so cool.
during the rest is the question.
Ding 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 ding.
Naylan will start brewing. She'll take out her tiny little travel tea kettle and start brewing her short rest tea. And if anybody is gonna roll hit dice, you can add 1d8.
So this is something I'm a little ignorant of. I've never used hit dice before. So
Okay,
how do
yeah.
we do that?
100%. So, on D&D Beyond, I believe there is someone who uses D&D Beyond character sheet. Answer this better, please.
On the top, next to your name, there is a button called Short Rest.
Yep.
Click it, and it'll take you to like a panel where you can conduct the short rest, and it'll have a hit dice with little boxes representing how many you have.
Okay.
You can roll as many as you want. You don't have to roll them all
Okay.
during your
Great.
short rest, and you regain that number of HP.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
On a long rest, you regain half your HP. I mean, half your hit dice, I believe. Right
You
now?
actually regain them all these days in 2024.
Yeah.
Well, freak me. Great.
They encourage the violence. PW
If
is
you're
like new condition.
if you're checking those little boxes, Lori,
Yeah.
it will create a button for you on D&D Beyond that you can click, and it will add it to your HP automatically.
Great. Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Thank you. That was definitely-
Additionally, the green button on the bottom that says take short rest, if you click that, it will also refresh things on your sheet that refresh on a short rest. If you don't click that button, they won't refresh.
Yeah, that one I knew about. The other campaign I was in, I didn't use hit dice. So
Gotcha.
yep, I got my key points back. Woohoo!
Cloud, you would hear the clink, 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 clink of PW's feet as he scuttles near, as he has attempted to smell at the potency of the jug that you have attached to your waist.
PW, can you drink alcohol?
I mean, there's a first time for everything.
So he just holds out his current gourd and says, "Here, give it a try."
You'll see the front of his mask opens slightly in the mouth area, and a straw is extended. It angles sharply and then goes down into the jug. Yeah. And then, how potent would it be on the percentage scale?
I don't know now.
Yeah, right now it's about we would say 3%.
So I'm asking the Holy Spirit, as it were. So it's down to 3%.
Yeah.
It's practically like water.
Yeah, well, there's this guy in that temple over there who could fix that. You know.
Well, mostly I was measuring how close we were getting to his demise. It
Yeah.
seems rather close.
Yep.
Ding, 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 ding. Walks away.
Cloud moves over to Nayland and says, "He's kind of creepy. I mean, I like him, but he's kind of creepy."
And you haven't seen the half of it.
No, I haven't.
What is it that you do remember from before you arrived? When we were new here, our memories were really fuzzy, but they've since come back.
My memories have always been hazy at best. I don't.
Was it a
really-
booze thing?
It's possible. I mean, I can call Cloud for a reason. I can kind of remember where I originally came from, but it's hard to know. And I don't remember if I have a family or how old I am. I have weird dreams sometimes. Sometimes they tell me things, but I don't know what to believe. So it kind of hurts my head when I think about it too much, and I just kind of let it go, or else I don't enjoy myself as much.
Sounds like somebody I know. Nayland will look at Alistair, thinking about his dreams.
Alistair has scuttled over because you're brewing, and Alistair is shivering, which is really weird given where we are. But like his whole body, it seems like it's still affected by the Cone of Cold spell. And he sort of, when you say that, looks up at Cloud. Goes, yeah, dreams are funny things. Hopefully you don't wake up screaming from yours.
Cloud just sort of thinks some of the dreams he's had lately have been really scary. But you can't really tell that from his face because he's a cheerful guy and just kind of lets things go.
We have earplugs back in the castle. I've been told that everybody uses when I'm around. So,
Oh, you snore?
mostly, I've been told mostly screaming and sometimes shouting. And,
Oh, I see. I snore really bad, so that's why I was just wondering.
no, it's fine.
We actually have some soundproofed rooms now that we just chuck him in at night.
Oh, fantastic.
Alice,
It's substantially more convenient.
It's fine. Alistair is holding, if he's got the mug of tea, is just holding it.
Do you remember ever having died?
No. No, I've come close. I came pretty close once, but there was a crocodile and they healed me up afterwards. I rode the crocodile. That was fun. She was really nice.
Friendly crocodile. Oh, that sounds like a marvelous tale.
Yeah. Yeah, we were in a place that was definitely a bit too much for what we could handle, but we made it through. I mean, I enjoy seeing whatever world I'm in has to present. I'm not that much use to people sometimes. It's just my fists, and I'm not a very, I don't know. Sometimes I don't think I'm all that useful, but it just it helps to take a drink and not worry about it, and just get in there and do what I can. I don't want to die. That's not.
Have to forgive Nayland. Our particular party has a unusual relationship with death.
Oh?
Yeah.
How so?
It's a hoot.
Okay.
We don't really do it, is the thing.
You don't die?
It's a bit passe now.
It's more like we don't stay dead.
Oh. That's weird. Huh. How do you feel about that?
Me?
Any of you?
Acclimated, which is probably not the healthiest thing now that I give it voice, but acclimated.
It's because we do such important work, Alistair. We just are integral to the fate of the multiverse, so it must take care of us. It loves us so.
Do you know how many times you've died? Do you remember past lives, or do you just know you died and you're back?
Personally, of the ones I remember two.
Huh.
There was the dragon in the junkyard,
Dragon in a junkyard. Okay.
and then a black hole in the basement of a museum. I was being thrown, ostensibly to save me, and it didn't quite work that way.
What's a
You
black
could be
hole?
more aerodynamic, really.
You weren't around for that one, Pete. Being perilous we
I
were.
seem to remember an effort.
What's a black hole? Like a hole in the ground, or?
It's like the opposite of a
Lots-
white hole.
Lots of Alistair will full on start describing the physics of a black hole to you right now. It's now just full on lecturer mode. It's like I see, it has to do with energy and the way the gravitational forces work, and he begins using he's animated now. He's not shivering anymore.
And after a few minutes, you see that Cloud's eyes have completely fogged over.
Excellent.
Not paying any attention whatsoever. Monk meditation mode. Eyes open, but deep breathing.
Oh, yes, and then the event horizon. My most favorite horizon.
Yeah,
Cloud.
Yeah, oh, yeah, what? Yeah, hi. Sorry. That was fascinating.
Pardon my, would you mind humoring me just for a moment? Just if you close your eyes.
Okay. I might fall asleep, but okay.
Well, I mean, what happens, happens, but... Do you notice anything peculiar? Sort of like... you can feel us. It's familiar, right? It's almost like... Well, you tell me.
I don't know. The world around me, when I close my eyes and focus my senses on everything around me, it all turns very strange to me. It's not like the black inside of your eyelids. It's just color. Just blooms of color everywhere. And it's very strange. So I don't know. I guess I could sense there being things around me, but I don't know what any of that means. Do you feel my presence when your eyes are closed? Do you feel each other's presence?
Well, I think nothing quite as concrete as that. It's just this sense that, we're not really alone. There's a togetherness, at least, that I feel. I look at Venna and I look at PW, and it's though I see past what I see to something familiar. I only bring it up because I suspect that you may start going through some confusing changes. Now, I just think you should stick around is all.
I am an adult.
They are coming of age, you say.
Nope. I know I'm beyond that.
Alistair leans over to Cloud and goes, "None of us are adults to Naylin. At least not this Naylin."
Okay.
She is an advanced adult.
Yeah, well, I got that. But then again, I could be too. I just don't know exactly how old I am. Have any of you ever been to the Feywild? Huh?
Don't believe so, no.
Not us. But you know, we could go.
You'll know it when you get there, if you go. But if you're not careful, it'll mess you up. And I let it mess me up. I think on purpose. Because I like it there. But I got tired of it after a while. I wanted to go home. And I haven't been able to get back there. So. I don't know. The whole world looks like the Feywild to me all the time. But I tell you what, if we get through this, whatever this is going on, what's going to happen, I'll try some of whatever it is that you like to smoke. I have a pipe, and maybe that'll help my connection with everything else.
How did you know I smoke? Are you a cop?
No, I can smell it on you. I'm a rabbit. I got a really powerful nose.
Oh, shit.
I don't care as long as you share.
Yes, 2 puffs and then a pass, obviously.
I've got some fun stuff too. So. Well, do we think we're ready to go? I really want my drink to work.
Ding, 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 ding. PW will scuttle over towards where the rope opening is. Look back at Naylin. I experience our proximity more like feeling rays cast down upon your face, like a sense of light or warmth. But actually, it's the opposite version. It's kind of more of a slimy, cold tentacle feel I get generally from the rest of you. I turn myself towards you and just right up against you. And it's intense, intensely uncomfortable. But that's how I know we are meant to be. And I don't see any giants out this hole either.
All right,
That was honestly very poetic and beautiful coming from BW. I mean, that is really just the sweetest thing he's ever said.
I think we're growing on him, perhaps in more ways than one. I don't know. I think if we're getting ready to go, Alistair would just say one last thing to Cloud. He would just sort of say this in a little more hushed tone. From what I've seen already, you are quite good at what you do, and you have already helped us. And I would just say, from personal experience and let's call it lateral experience, that if you spend... Oh dear.
I am sorry.
Okay.
Cat life.
Your
I relate.
spirit has been clouded by.
He just says, if you spend too much time concerned about your usefulness to others, it can lead to bad places.
I guess, I mean, I appreciate that. I don't focus on it too much. Just try to do my best.
Understood.
I will do what I can. Hopefully I survive whatever this is.
That's all we can hope for. All right.
All right. Cosmo. Come on. It's like, Mom, you've been on the
Matt is
computer too
muted.
long.
Complete short rest, and the rope trick drops you down. Ah!
Nayland just shoves Alistair out the hole.
Cloud lands with a 3-point landing. It's cool.
So funny because it's an hour-long effect that you need exactly an hour for your short rest. So it's like, I feel great.
3 points of damage.
Could be lands on all fours like a cat.
All right.
You proceed forward. Now, as you approach more north, you see 4 50-foot tall pillars of red stone stand before the wide archways of the Sun Forge's south wall. Rune stones embedded in the pillars radiate white light, giving the impression that the pillars are streaked with glowing veins of magma. One pillar glows notably brighter than the others. A runestone halfway up the brightly glowing pillar is cracked.
I will be passing us without a trace.
Okay.
All right. Well,
So do you think we should break that rune the rest of the way, or?
Maybe we should observe it first.
Yes, better to know where its weak points are. Good strategy, Venno.
Okay, I'm gonna try to inspect the pillar.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oops. 21, but it's not one.
Okay. Checks we
That's
don't count the
crazy.
nat ones usually. We only do on the attack rolls.
Okay.
Officially. And so the 21, examining the pillar, these rune stones, when all functioning, each pillar seems to have one. But this one is the only one that's cracked. And it seems to be connected to this whole building, to the Starforge. And I think it's meant to contain the radiation or power of the forge itself. Fairly sure its damage is what's causing the water around the forge to be so acidic.
does that mean we should try to fix it rather than
And do you
damaging
think-
the rest of them?
Do you think you can?
No, I don't know. I'm just
Venna, what about you?
What skill would it require? Like
tool proficiency?
That would be
Physical?
Mason's tools, or one could use sleight of hand to very carefully push these things together.
Hmm. I have neither. But I have mending. Does mending work?
Many does not work on magical
Oh, true.
things.
What if we combined our mendings?
I mean, Cloud, you are kind of nimble. You think you could carefully, if Vena tells you what to do?
Happy to try. I don't have stoneworking tools. I have leatherworking tools. I have tools.
Oh, jeez. PW will rifle into his giant sack and go like halfway into it, like torso deep, and then come out with an armloads of masonry tools. You know, these were my grandmother's, so be careful. No, wait. I purchased them from someone's no, murdered a they came from someone's grandmother.
Before we do any of that or try to fix it, I'm trying to think because they're at the Star Forge because Skarda's trying to get the power of a deity from Vergadane. I don't know how this would be. Can Alistair take in that memory, think about this, and do like an investigation check to see if we want all of these fixed? Or will that help Brim Skarda if it's all fixed?
Sure, give me a investigation check.
Okay. That is a 30.
Thinking carefully, you believe the Starforge is made to function perfectly. This is just makes a containment field so it doesn't cause environmental damage. So you believe
No.
fixing it isn't going to increase the output or anything like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Well, I think the more time we waste out here, the less time we have in there. So, unless we have any other ideas, maybe we should just get in there and see what we can do. I'm not the sneaky type, so I don't know.
Well, you are right now. Don't forget. Passing without a trace.
That's true. That's true.
So you can try to fix it if you want, or
You said sleight of hand or the masonry tools?
yes, dex check either way. Either dex
I-
sleight of hand or
I only wonder if it's worth doing because then perhaps there will not be water that kills us if we get pushed into it or something.
I do agree.
I mean, I can give it a try. It's high enough that I'd need to be lifted up.
yeah, but enough they could get you up there. That's,
Okay.
that's fine.
Well, I guess I'll grab the tools and climb up. Whoever is willing to hold me up there. I'm not very tall.
Malin, you have 2 spare hands to give.
Yes. Sometimes 4.
I'll cast Enhance Ability on Cloud for advantage on dex checks.
Nice. So climb on up. And you have some masonry tools, and you can make a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Sleight of hand with advantage would be 17 or a 6. So 17.
Okay. So with that, you are able to chip away here and move things back into place. and then all the runes fire up, and you, as they exude a powerful force, and you feel the slight burning in your throats from the acid dissipate slightly.
Excellent.
And mechanically, so you know that you have made it so that the waters only deal half their acid damage right now
Great.
as it begins to purify them.
These things take time. It's a lot of water to purify.
Oh. Something's happening on the map, and it scared me.
Well, I'm sure nobody noticed that at all.
Shall we proceed?
Yep. Let's get in there.
Oh, I feel my traceless passing.
Okay. As you get further in, here, because you were just at the rune stones.
They're not ruined anymore.
Can Cloud move around to the, I think it's the eastern entrance? Looks like it's a smaller doorway, so maybe a little bit more cover.
Certainly. You do find, as you get where I have it in purple, the light seems to burn away your pass without trace. That's
Well.
being emitted from the Starforge.
Oh no, my traces.
Because right here was the runestones.
Okay.
You know, Nayland, perhaps it's too bright for that spell here.
You don't say.
So look at the Starforge itself. You have to continually, what's this? Archways on the southeast and west walls vent scorching heat from this high ceiling forge chamber. The heat comes from a blazing furnace set into the north wall. An enormous anvil 30 feet wide and 10 feet tall dominates the chamber's center. Kneeling atop the anvil, chained in this position, is what appears to be a middle-aged dwarf, being forced to hold together pieces of metal. They wear a glowing chakra around one ankle, and the chakra is attached to a long metal chain wrapped around the anvil's base. Looming in the chamber's corner is a partially constructed war machine of stone and steel, shaped like a giant warrior. A heavily armored giant with iron gray skin and brassy hair hammers a piece of red-hot metal at the anvil. Like the dwarf, she wears dark-tinted goggles to protect her eyes from the blinding light of the furnace.
Which way is the dwarf facing? Is he facing the forge or one of the openings?
They're basically looking straight down, but would be facing west.
Okay. So from where I am, his back would be towards me?
Yes.
Okay. And that the mechanical thing is in which corner?
Here, let me add some stuff here. So, it's here.
Oh, that's scary. that like a stick shift diagram on what gear is he in?
It certainly looks like it.
Can we put him in neutral? Oh, wow.
There we go. And so for this bit, because you had some time to try to get close, everyone kind of make sure your tokens are where you are.
Did Cloud want people to go with him to the side, or did he want to stay?
I mean, anyone wants to come with me, they can. I just didn't think it would be wise for us to all go into one opening together.
Okay.
The little openings on the side, like by where Cloud is, are those open doors or are they little steps?
Yeah, they're steps.
We can see into the room from there.
You can.
All right, I'll do what Cloud's doing on the other side.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, everybody give me a stealth check, please.
Are we adding the...
Depends on how close you are to Nayland.
No, I think it was
It went down.
evaporated.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
It went down.
Okay, I got a 6.
2 plus 13 for 15.
Wow.
Unless it needs to be better.
30.
I got a nat 20 for a 21.
11.
Okay. Very good. So with that, check her out. It does need to be better, PW, but I don't know if it'll matter.
Oh, it so could. It definitely. Oh, it mattered the most it could matter. 19.
Okay. You see, Brimscard sniffs, stands immediately up. Intruders, with the blood of my friends on their breath.
Can she also smell my weed? Shit.
PW subconsciously wiping at his mouth port.
Claude looks at Alistair and says, "Did we drink blood? Did I miss something? I sometimes miss things."
Figure of speech. I believe she means that we killed some of her friends.
Oh, that's a terrible figure of speech.
I mean, I've heard worse, but I'm not getting distracted right now. Hang on.
Sorry.
Is she gonna... You should leave before I am forced to end you. It's to walk over here.
Alistair, what do you think? Do we need to break his chain to get him free? The shackle on his ankle?
Yeah, to get closer or have Venna look at it, I don't know this magic offhand.
I don't really know magic, so I gotta rely on you guys. But if you need me to hit something, I'll do my best.
What we might need is a distraction of sorts.
Okay, like what?
No, sorry, clarification above table. Are we in initiative right now?
I think it depends. We might need to be because it sounds like you're trying to do things.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out, is if it's like, do I have to wait for my turn to do things?
Yeah, I think I was given enough time if the party is kind of knowing what they're going to try to do. I
Okay.
think maybe we'll start then. So, never mind.
Oh.
As I look at the time.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Next time on Planescape.
Yes, as she goes, you can hardly see her where she stands. The blinding light of the star forge encasing her. You should leave. And that is where we will end for tonight.
Awesome. That was so much fun.